Welcome to Mojo Plays, and today we're counting down our picks for the most challenging boss encounters found in Hollow Knight.
Before we begin, we publish new content all week long, so be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos.
Watcher Knight. Dealing with just one giant sword-wielding bug can be a tall order, so when multiple ones start rising up, you know you're in for a bad time. If you want to take down one of the Dreamers sealing the Black Egg, then you're going to have to take on the might of all 6 guard bugs. While you do have the option to crush one of the husks before the battle to give yourself an edge, having to deal with the Watcher Knight's constant rolling charges can be a pain, especially when you have to clash with multiple ones at once. Hornet.
Garama! Shaw! Ha! Shaw!
Hollow Knight's second most iconic character, we clash with the heroine of the ever-elusive Silk Song 2 times across the game. The first is manageable, the second, not so much. Fought on the Kingdom's Edge, Hornet is just as speedy as before, able to cover great distances, while her nail can do major damage up close, as well as be used as a returning projectile. Worst of all are the spiked balls she tosses out. Not only do they hurt, but they also cut off parts of the arena, severely limiting your space and your ability to dodge whatever fresh assault Hornet will be sending your way. White Defender. Dream bosses make for some of the toughest encounters in Hollow Knight, souped up versions of previous enemies, only now with a whole new bunch of tricks. And the White Defender is no exception. What was originally a joke boss that tossed out balls of dung is now a gleaming beacon of duty and strength, who also throws dung. Only now it's twice as much, twice as fast, along with him bouncing around the arena and summoning spikes in rapid succession. You truly get to see what the Defender was like in his heyday during this battle, and it's a doozy. Failed Champion. Among the original trio of Dream bosses you could encounter in the base game, this hulking mass of steel was by far the worst. As the False Knight, he sat comfortably in the tutorial bracket, but as the Failed Champion, be prepared to get your shell smashed, because this warrior is relentless. The speed of his swings are quicker, the shockwaves it unleashes are much larger, and every attack shaves off far more health. Also able to rain down burning projectiles from above, finding your moment to let loose a counterattack against this behemoth is minimal at best. Grey Prince Zote. Rounding out the last of the Dream bosses for this list, we have this guy. For the longest time, Zote was the jokiest of all joke characters. An old and useless warrior who often needed saving. Until now, that is. Through the overzealous imagination of a fangirl, we get to see Zote at his true potential. Sure, he's just as hokey, but now he's also swole and can lay on some serious damage. His crazy sword swings make dodging a pain, made all the worse by how he can spawn miniature versions of himself, some even acting as explosives. The humiliation at losing to an imaginary version of Zote of all people made him one of Hollow Knight's most infamous obstacles. Brothers Oro and Mato. The Godmaster DLC gave us an avalanche of boss fights to indulge in. Some new, some old, and some that we thought were chill NPCs but were now eager to throw hands, or in this case, nails. Originally nothing more than mentors who taught the knight additional sword techniques, these two brothers team up to deliver their final lesson. Taking on Oro was one thing, but when his sibling leaps into the fray, it becomes twice the ordeal. While their techniques may be similar, between the two of them, they're able to fill the entire screen with enough slashes to turn the knight into gruel. Great Nail Sage Sly. Wait, the tiny merchant is a boss? That's right, and as it happens, he's the OG when it comes to delivering pain. Despite his diminutive stature, Sly has no problem wielding and utilizing a giant blade, able to lash out as well as launch it at frightening speed. No matter how quickly you dash away, you can be sure Sly will be right on your heels, ready to turn himself into a helicopter of doom with his Cyclone Slash ability. And that's just the warm-up. After getting his second wind, Sly will start darting all over the place, unleashing frenzied swings along the way. Getting a read on this little guy, especially when he can stop himself mid-combo to throw you off your game, is a truly demanding task. Pure Vessel. As far as final bosses go, the titular Hollow Knight in the base game put up quite the fight. But as any lorehound knows, it was also suffering under the Radiance's infection and nowhere near its peak. Enter the Pure Vessel, an imagining of what the original Knight might have been like had it not been corrupted. Spoilers, it's a beast. The amount of techniques the Pure Vessel has under its cloak is uncanny. Teleportation, tendrils, explosions, projectiles, pillars, lunges, all at phenomenal speed. It's a battle to determine who truly is the main character in this story, and unfortunately, the original has the height advantage. Nightmare King Grim. As the oh-so-theatrical leader of the Grim Troop, this nocturnal firecracker already made for a tricky opponent. But that has nothing on his ascended form, which for the longest time served as the true peak of Hollow Knight's difficulty curve. Between the burning bats, turning his cloak into a series of blades, or unleashing his own personal brand of bullet hell, nowhere is safe when Grim is on the rampage, only allowing for the smallest windows where you can land a hit. He's the DLC nemesis we love to hate. If only for the fact he won't stop aura farming. Absolute Radiance. As the true boss of the base game, the Radiance was a godly being that put us through no end of misery, with its incredibly high health pool, variety of projectiles, and insistence on continuously reducing any kind of footholding. We didn't think it could get any worse. At least until we reached the end of the Pantheon of Hallownest, where its upgraded version was waiting for us. Ignoring the fact it serves as the conclusion to a boss rush with over 40 previous encounters, Absolute Radiance is a wall that few are able to overcome. While the attack patterns might seem identical, they come in at a much faster rate. Not to mention, it will also continuously unleash an endless series of orbs during its final phase, while basically giving you nothing to stand on. It is madness. Which Hollow Knight boss gave you the hardest time? Let us know in the comments.